Dallas police on horseback and specialized rescue teams joined an intense search in wooded areas for a retired assistant chief who has been missing now for more than a day. Investigators are worried about both his physical and mental state. DPD says he was hit by a car yesterday near Midway and Frankford Roads in far north Dallas, but Holliday walked off before police arrived. Fox 4's Calvert Collins is in that same area tonight with the latest on the search. Calvert.
Yes, Steve, when I first begin with how that accident happened, it started at this Chase Bank where that 63-year-old former assistant police chief walked right out of this parking lot into the street and was promptly hit by an oncoming car. Officers say he rolled onto the hood, suffered minor injuries, but when paramedics arrived, they say he was uncooperative and refused treatment before walking off again. Dazed, disoriented, and without medication. An unfortunate mix for investigators hunting for Greg Holliday.
His daughter passed away some 10 years ago. He stated to his wife that he was depressed and he was having issues.
Issues he received treatment for, according to police, but they fear his medicine may be a hindrance to their search.
We have confirmed that he was taking some type of a medication that he was trying to wean himself off of, which may or may have caused him to become confused.
His behavior has been called absent-minded, like when he walked into busy Frankford Road looking at his hand and not oncoming traffic. A driver hit the 63-year-old head-on, injuring him, but the retired assistant chief was still able to walk away. That's why an extensive search involving helicopters, horses, and boats ensued this morning. Based on sightings, investigators believe Holliday may be in the heavily wooded area near his home in far north Dallas. What helicopters couldn't see, mounted police and Search One rescue team volunteers and dogs combed through the brush, looking for a sign or scent.
My dog and I were traveling through stuff that was higher than waist and high, and she was spending a lot of time jumping just to get to where the wind was blowing.
Holliday spent 12 years with Dallas police, rising to the rank of assistant chief before retiring in 2002. Here he is in previous Fox 4 interviews and news stories. His former colleagues haven't been able to find anything on his cell phone, relying mostly on the public's eyes.
We hope he's still there.
Now, anticipating tonight's rain, the search teams were called off at about 7 o'clock, saying that they were going to continue following leads by car in and around that wooded area that's about, 2 or 3 miles from where we are. But again, police have really been relying on the public's help, saying that they have received numerous tips of sightings, just anyone unable to actually get Mr. Holliday's attention or at least direct officers right to his location at that point. But again, Steve, they just keep asking for the public to call in with anything they see.
Let me ask you something, Calvert. Yesterday, when this first came out last night, the police were saying the former assistant chief might be armed. And I'm not sure if they were worried about that, if they're still worried about that, if they even know if he has his weapon. Have they followed up on that?
You know, we asked about that at the press conference this afternoon, and it's unconfirmed that they don't know if he has a weapon or not. The only thing he was seen with last night was an umbrella. Obviously, given the rainstorm, he was able to acquire an umbrella somehow. And one thing that has been consistent in all the sightings that police have gotten is his attire. He's been consistently reported in these tan cargo shorts and a light-colored long-sleeve shirt. So at least as of this afternoon, he had not changed clothes and was still carrying that umbrella, but at least a weapon at this point, unconfirmed.
All right, sure. We've shown the picture. Everybody should have a pretty good idea what he looks like. If you see him, call. Calvert Collins in far north Dallas. Thanks.